What's going on, everyone? We're going to go over installing a reel on one of the reel slings today. It's going to be a lot of background noise. Just kind of got to deal with it today, unfortunately, but I'll do my best. As far as the reel, this is a Cressi R50. The slings are designed for the Cressi reels, whether it's the R20, R30, or R50, they all fit. They all go on the same way. They're all interchangeable. It's a 4-bolt pattern that goes in the corners. If you're using any other reel, that's on you. So, like, we designed these for the Cressi reels. You cannot drill into these dowel locations. On future versions, there's brass screws in here. You also cannot drill in the center of this because you'll be drilling into the string channel. So, like I said, designed for the Cressi reels, R20, R30, or R50. So you're going to need your reel. Number 1 Phillips. 2.5 millimeter Allen. Center punch, or I use the tip of one of these drill bits just to mark your locations. A 3/32 drill bit. 7/64 drill bit. A drilling guide that has a 3/32 arbor. Something to measure with. Number 4 by 3/4 inch long stainless screws. These are from West Marine. They're 316 marine grade stainless. You're going to need a drill, and you're also going to need some super glue. I'm not going to be installing this permanently on this reel, so I'm not going to glue it, but I will show you what to do with that. And a pencil. When you first get the reel, this is how it comes out of the box. Like, the 50 is really big. I just borrowed this one from the dive shop. I prefer the 30 or the 20, but you can use the 50. Take your 2.5 millimeter Allen key and just undo the little Allen head there. So that bolt's going to come out. You can then loosen the drag knob. It'll come all the way off. There's a nut in there. Steel drag washer. And then there's a rubber drag washer in there. Take the spool off. Oh. So on the 20s, this doesn't get in the way. Apparently on 50, you need to take off the line guide. Okay, that's just one screw there. That'll slide off with the spool now. There's that rubber drag washer. On the bottom, there's an O-ring. That'll most likely just stay there. And then you're going to undo these 4 screws to take off the dovetail, because we don't use that. Okay, so that's the reel disassembled. And grab our pencil. We're going to use those same 4 screws, and you just kind of want to eyeball it. Just get these centered up and down and left and right on the pad, and just trace. Just trace those 4 circles, and then you want to split those in the center. Just like that. It's not rocket science. If they're off a little bit, it's not a huge deal. Just going to take my point of my drill bit here and just mark those 4 centers. Okay, if you're off a little, you can kind of move them over. Not, like I said, this is real simple. It's just important that you do it. Okay, we'll take our 3/32 drill bit. And let's see, make sure I get this in frame here. This is the drill guide. We want to make sure we get that 3/4 of an inch of depth, or just a tiny bit more. We don't want that screw bottoming out. Okay. Tighten that chuck down. So now from the bottom of this to the tip of the drill bit, just a touch over 3/4. I just like to come and spot just about that deep. That just is a good starting point. Kind of line that up, slide the drill guide down. So that's about running about that deep into the sling, and we'll just do that for all 4. So line it up. Get the band out of the way. Okay, that's your 4 holes drilled. And if you don't drill these holes, you will 100% crack the sling. It needs to be pre-drilled to this size. Now we have a lot of thread engagement, so I'll go back with a 7/64. So I'm going to use the 1/8. I'm just going to basically use this as a depth stop. Not really. It'll follow the hole straight. And I just want to just go through the top of the We're just setting our depth to just go through the top of the plate here with just a slightly bigger drill bit just to take some pressure off of that. And like I said, this is just a depth stop now. The drill bit will follow the hole, so we're only going in maybe a 1/4 inch. Okay, so that's what that looks like. We're going to get ready to mount this. The only thing that I'm not going to do that you're going to want to do is put 2 or 3 drops of super glue in each hole. Do it when you're ready to screw this on. It won't really set up like quick, but if you leave it for an hour, it's gonna. So 2 or 3 drops. I'm going to take our number 4 by 3/4 inch long screws. Number 1 Phillips. And just start each one of them. There shouldn't be a ton of resistance putting them on. Like I said, there's a lot of thread engagement on this. That's why we opened up the top of the hole a little bit more. And once you got them all started, just bring them down until they're snug. Don't kill them tight yet. And you'll feel, just as you get to the bottom, you'll start feeling like it's almost too much resistance for like a handheld tool like this. Okay, once they're all bottomed out, like you can't go any more with by hand, we're going to go just the slightest bit tighter. You do not have to go crazy on this. You're just really just keeping it from moving. That was probably less than 1/8 of a turn from bottomed out, and that will never go anywhere. You will not be able to hold on to the sling tight enough for this to get ripped off of this sling. It's not going to happen. All right, so putting it back together. The line guide. Make sure your O-ring is still down there. Let's see. The line guide sits in between the spool, so that has to kind of go on at the same time. I'm going to put our line guide screw in. Rubber washer. keyed metal washer. Make sure that key lines up with the key in the shaft. We're going to screw the drag nut on. Make sure that's tight while you're doing this. And then it'll be that 2.5 millimeter get that pretty snug, and then you can back your drag off and it'll hit that. So that'll be free if you tighten it up, increasing drag, and you can pretty much lock the reel up. So that's pretty much it. Pretty simple install, and like I said, this is a pretty big reel, but I mean it would definitely work. So if you did want to go with the 50, you could. I prefer the 30, but this doesn't get in the way of anything. The Cressis, the mounting foot is in the same spot, so the 30 and the 20 they just get smaller around this this same center point. So it doesn't move the back up. They all would just fit in the same spot. So it's just a different bracket spool. All right, guys, appreciate you watching. Hopefully this helps, and catch you on the next one.